Well, well, well. Moderation activity is now hidden. Got it. You can show or hide. Okay. Chat. Da, 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 da. Hi, someone's here. Wow, I thought it would just really and truly be just me. Hi, how are you, T? Come chat with me out. Tell me where you're from, where you're watching from. Oh, wow. I've never done this live thing, so I'm just looking at all the buttons and trying to figure out what everything is. Um, this live, oh, is there a place for me? In Cincinnati, Ohio. Very cool. Are you looking to move to Merida, to travel to Merida? Are you Jamaican? Are you not? Share some things with me. I wonder if there's a place to like put the topic of the live or something. Uh, Let me see here. Ooh, I just made some some chocolate tea, hot chocolate. You can see that it's very grainy. Um, I bought some kind of Mexican hot chocolate thing, and I think I bought the wrong thing. It's not supposed to like make just individual cups of tea. It's supposed to make like a liter or so. So I tried to break off a piece. Next time I will read the instructions because this looks like it's going to be interesting, but I'm gonna try it and see. Wow, that actually has good flavor and it's not grainy, even though it looks. It doesn't have any graininess to it. I like that. So this live, I'm really wanting to jump on and talk about my future plans for Merida and what is about to happen. So if you guys know, I have been in Merida for a little over a year now, and I moved, me and my entire family, so it's four of us, my mom, my dad, my teenager, here in Merida with me. All of that is about to change. I'm not Jamaican. I'm thinking about Merida, Playa del Carmen, or Mazatlan. I'm conflicted, would like to be somewhere near a beach. Playa del Carmen is wonderful. It is beautiful. So I haven't been to Mazatlan. I should probably look that up and see if I should add it to my list. But for me, comparing Merida and Playa del Carmen, here is my pros and cons. Merida is like home. It's family oriented. It is where you're going to, if you live in the suburbs currently, or even if you live in a city, like a big city, you can move to Merida and still, maybe I should close this window. The traffic is gonna get loud. You can still feel very homely and you're only 20 to 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, depending on where in Merida you live, to the beach, right? So it has best of both sides for me. It has feeling of community, home, suburbs, a little bit of city life, that kind of thing, but still close to the beach. Playa del Carmen is a beach town. You can literally walk to the beach depending on where you live, but it's very touristy because it's such a beach town. So it really just depends on the lifestyle that you're looking for. I mean, I'm sure there are places in Playa del Carmen that you can get away from the tourist crowds. And so maybe you'd be like a bike ride away from the beach or a quick Uber. Well, they don't have Uber, but a quick taxi ride into the beach. So it just depends, I guess, on the lifestyle that you're looking for. I don't know if I would live in Playa del Carmen. I think I'd get bored really quickly because outside of the beach, there's just not a lot to do. But then I was only there for 3 or 4 days, so I don't know. Hey Mo, greetings from Scotland via Nigeria. Hope you and your family are doing well. Thank you so much. Kaxizen. I hope I said that how you would like it to be pronounced. Thank you so much. We're all doing well. So this whole life, I do live in the suburbs, yes. You will like Merida a lot. If you live in the suburbs and you like the suburbs, you like that suburb life, you will love, love, love Merida. And as I said, it's a quick 20 minutes to the beach. So I like that. But the beach now, as a Jamaican, the beach in Playa del Carmen is much nicer than the beach in Merida. That's just, no two ways about that. But it's still beach. It's still nice. Out at Progresso Beach is still very nice. And the atmosphere out there, the boardwalk, very nice. So yeah, you just have to visit and decide which one really speaks more to you. So going back to me and my family, what's coming up for us? You may have realized that I do not feature all four of us on my channel a lot. There's a lot of content of just me and my daughter, because that's the way the channel is about to go. So my parents are actually moving back to Jamaica this week. That is kind of crazy to me because, I had this big pipe dream of moving everybody and all of four of us traveling the world together, and it would be, this amazing adventure. But the thing about it is that maybe that was a little bit too idealistic. Maybe that was a little bit too idealistic because my parents do not get along, and it's been a struggle to have them all under one roof. So that just was not working out. So moving forward, it's just gonna be me and my munchkin, and I am pretty petrified actually at the thought, because me and her have never traveled alone for any length of time, maybe a day or two, but it's always been someone else there that I can lean on as a crutch. It's never just been me and her, and I'm a little bit scared of that. So we are about to even leave Merida. We're about to move cities. So I'll reveal where we are when we are actually there. But me and her are it's still in Mexico, so don't worry about that. You're still going to be getting a lot of Mexican content. But it will just be me and Munchkin, and we will be moving around Mexico and trying out different cities for a little bit until we decide what we're doing. So that's what's happening on this channel. That's what's coming up. And I have to say, I'm a little bit scared of it just being me and Munchkin out on the road in a brand new city that we've never been to. It's kind of scary, but life is an adventure, and that's pretty much where this is going. So yeah, my parents are moving back to Jamaica. My mom has a channel. It's called Jamaican Gypsy Granny. So she's going to be working on her own content. She's also going to be arranging tours for people who want to visit Jamaica too. So that's going to be an interesting and exciting new chapter of her life. I know she's excited for that. Let's see, I will be alone. I have no children or spouse. Playa del Carmen, it really just depends on what your lifestyle, what you like to do. I think Playa del Carmen is definitely more of a party central, beach party central. There's definitely things to do in that regard. You'll always find, I guess, like a party or a bar hop, something happening. I remember when I was in Playa del Carmen, and I just randomly tweeted it, and people started DMing me on Twitter like, hey, are you in Playa del Carmen? Where can we meet up? And I was just like, what? Like random strangers, not even people who are following me. I guess people are just searching for whoever's in Playa to just message. And I was just like, this is very, very strange. So I didn't like that about the city. I didn't like that it seemed like connections would be harder to make there. People that I've met here in Merida who lived there said that it was once a very close community, but it has the touristy situation is getting out of control, and it's just a party town, and it's jumping off in that way. And so they moved to Merida for a slower pace, that kind of lifestyle. And yeah, so Merida is very family oriented, as I said. Even if you are a single person, the expat community here is so large and so welcoming that you will find friends. You will be fine. I wish we were staying in Merida longer because my daughter has such a strong network of friends here. But I really do think it's time for us to launch off and have our own adventure for a little bit. The plan is to come back to Merida and settle here eventually, because I think she wants to go to school here, and I'm all for that. But yeah, Playa del Carmen is touristy, all right, for single people. Just need to be cautious like anywhere else. I completely agree with that. Be especially on the cautious side, especially if you're a single woman. Yeah, I don't know if I would want to live there, but it is a beautiful place to visit. I would definitely go back to Playa for like vacation or stuff. I don't know if I'd want to live there. It would be too touristy, yeah. And the thing about it is that it's still not as touristy as Cancun. Like I don't even know if I would vacation in Cancun again. Like Cancun Cancun is Little America. Cancun is like Vegas or South Beach or something like that. It's just where you go to party and drink and get drunk, and everybody speaks English and the prices are sky high. Like you would never probably catch me back in Cancun for a vacation ever again, much less to live. I'm not going to Cancun, bro. But Playa del Carmen still has that Mexican charm in it, so I like it for that. I would go back because, as I said, it has a much nicer beach than here. So I would go back to Playa for vacation purposes and just to be by a nice beach. I don't know if I'd want to live there, but that's just me. Hey guys, so tell me where everyone else is from. I see people slowly coming in. Thank you guys so much for joining me on my very first live. I was nervous that I was going to be all alone here. I've just been updating everyone that we are about to leave Merida. It's a little bit scary. I have a video coming up on Uxmal ruins. Me and Munchkin and two of our friends went to Uxmal ruins recently, and it was hot and miserable, but so worth the trip. So that's something that I wanted to check off, make sure I go and visit, some of the things that Merida is known for. I haven't been to Chichen Itza yet. We'll get to that in due time. Chichen Itza is the world wonder. That's the biggest one. And I knew it was going to be absolutely crowded. So I wasn't prepared I'm not prepared for that crowd as yet. That I have to plan that trip properly. Uxmal was just kind of a last minute, let's go out there, and it was still crowded. We still reached too late. It was hot and miserable, but it was so worth it. La Paz, I've heard very good things about La Paz. So yeah, and then that's why it's a good idea to, I think, move around, like visit different cities in Mexico and see where you vibe. Hey, Munchkin. And see where you vibe and what kind of lifestyle you prefer before you ever settle. I came to Merida sight unseen because I did deep research. And because I was moving with my entire family, I didn't want all of us to be going all over the place. I should really close this window. That's like very expensive and very taxing, especially on my father, whose mobility issues are a little bit, So I do think, though, if I would give advice to someone else, is like take 6 months and just kind of move 3 weeks here, 3 weeks there, whatever the case may be. And 2 weeks is not enough because a lot of people come here on discovery trips. They just want to see the vibe of Merida, and some of them fall in love within a week and they're like, yeah, I'm ready to move. But I think to really get to know the pulse of a place, you have to be there for at least one entire week, the week and the weekend. And I would say that's just too short. You want to do some slow travel, get to know the city, get to see what the traffic like, what it is like when it rains, what the different neighborhoods are like. So even that, because in Merida you can definitely find different lifestyle, different vibes and things in the different neighborhoods. Like the neighborhood I'm now is very walkable, but a lot of people stay away from it because when it rains, it floods here. But all of Merida floods, like all of Merida floods when it rains. Like in that regard, remember Merida is very flat, so the water's gonna be on the road. It will go away in a few hours. Let me see here. Hi, the Passport Life, Brooklyn, NY. Hi, my sister. How you doing? I was just about to visit Merida, retired, and need a change. You will love Merida. If this is where you want to like retire and like live the soft life, the slow life, you will absolutely love Merida. I love Merida for that. And as I said, me and Munchkin, we're about to do some travels. We definitely will come back to Merida because unless like I fall in love with a city on these travels, like somewhere else really captures my heart. I absolutely love Merida and I want her to go to school here, but I do want to see more of Mexico. And so I don't think it makes sense for me to like continue paying rent and all these expenses here while we're traveling. So we're going to do probably about 6 months of travel before we decide what we're doing. I hear you on the first live. Did my first one this week too. Oh, thank you. I'm doing amazing. I was very nervous. I'm so happy that some of y'all are here. Watched a video on La Paz yesterday. I'm hooked. Was sure to visit to see if we want to move there yet. Well, now I need to go watch the video to see if, because La Paz never really crossed my radar. Like, people keep asking me where I'm going on this upcoming trip. I can tell you that we're going to Mexico City. Not because I think we want to live there. Like, everybody keeps telling me that Mexico City is like New York. I've been to New York many times, don't want to live there. So, but I want to go and see and feel Mexico City. So we're going to Mexico City, we're going to Guadalajara, we're going to Oaxaca, we're going to Puerto Escondido, going to Puerto Vallarta, going to Chiapas, going to Querétaro. That's what's on my list for now. We will see what happens after that. I have dual citizenship, Jamaica and USA. Can I apply for the temp residency in Jamaica? Yes, you can. That's what I did. I emailed the Mexican embassy there, asked them for the requirements, and they're pretty much the same as if you are in the US. All the requirements are the exact same. So you get your paperwork ready and you ask them for an appointment and you go in and get that part of it done, and then you come to Mexico and finish the rest. Just like if you were if you're an American, you would start the process in a state in America. As long as you have your money, as long as you can show that for the past 6 months that you've been making this amount of income, then you're fine. Yep, good to go with that regard. And then if you've ever been to Mexico in the last, say, two or 3 years, you can apply still for the, I don't remember the name of the program, but they had a program during COVID where if you overstayed your visa, and you had been in Mexico during that whole COVID time, you can apply for residency within Mexico, but you have to have an expired visa. So if you come in and you ask them for 7 days and then you stay for 8 days, you can get that, where you don't have to show them the money that you're making. You don't need income requirements met. They have that program. You can look that up. I don't remember what it's called, but that's an option that many people here are using too. You guys should check out the Hello Kitty Cafe in Mexico City. It's really nice. Is that my Marley? Because I think she's trying to tell me, I think that's my daughter trying to tell me where we should go when we're in Mexico City. She has been sending me, my TikTok has been blowing up. She's been doing more research than me of all the places that we should go when we start to travel. You see? I know it was her. Oh boy. Kadeen 876, hi. I want to just pack up and travel, but my son is enjoying high school so much, I don't want to uproot him. I get that feeling so much. When we were in Jamaica, my daughter, she passed for St. Andrew's High, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to take her out of school. I want her to get that experience, because high school for me was a fun time. And then St. Andrews is a very good school. So I was like, Minna, take her out of school. I want her to stay in school. But then she was just not enjoying her time, and she kept coming home and saying, this is not for me. And I was just like, oh. So it was a big decision for me. Do I pull her out of school or not? And thankfully, we found Western STEM Academy is a school in Falmouth, Trelawney, that still has an online program. So she's actually been doing that even while we're here. And so that has helped her to stay connected to the Jamaican education system while we're traveling. Of course, if your son is really enjoying high school, you know, because I was prepared to wait until she graduates high school to start this whole travel life. So, you know, I understand what you're going through. But, you know, when she started to tell me that she was not enjoying school, I was just like, all right, maybe we should just go now. And she loves it so much. She's part of the reason why we've been in Merida this long, because she has more friends here than she even had in Jamaica. And that's probably because, you know, because I know she's doing online school, I have put her in all of the meetup events and stuff. And so she has such a wide variety of friends now from all over the world, and she's learning the languages. And, you know, it just really opened up her horizon so much. So this is not something that I regretted at all. Let me take a sip of my chocolate tea, guys. Ooh, living in a country where you don't understand the language, you can see how my tea grainy. I just pick up a chocolate looking thing off of the shelves and would be like, yeah, man, this can make chocolate tea. And it wasn't what I thought it was. It still tastes good. It's not actually grainy. It doesn't have that grit, but it's not what I thought it was. So I need to be better at translating the stuff and reading the stuff and making sure that I know what I'm getting. He goes to camping and is enjoying every bit of it. We wouldn't pull him out of camping either, so go and stay. He has agreed to travel in summer and longer holidays, but that's just not enough for me. I get it. I get it. I get that. I was actually going to, we had considered moving back home because if you missed the first part of the live, my parents are actually moving back to Jamaica soon. So it will just be me and my daughter on these travels going forward. I actually did consider moving back home so that she could go back to regular high school in Jamaica. And she was like, nope, I don't want to do that. And I thought because we have her father went to Campion, so we have connections there. And I was like, I could get into Campion because she didn't even want to go back to St. Andrews. I was like, I can get into Campion. She was like, nope, 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 nope. She want to stay. So I get that. I get that. You know, you'll figure it out, I guess. I can't tell you what to do there. Oh, the tea good though. The tea good. Afternoon tea. So any questions you guys have about Merida or moving to Mexico, let me know. This week has been a fun week here in Merida. Lots of things going on because, you know, Day of the Dead is coming up. I love this season of Merida, of Mexico, because a them say party, a them say holiday. Like, Mexicans give Mexicans any reason to party and turn up, and they will take it and blow it up. So this week is Halloween. Then there's Day of the Dead. So don't mix those two up. Those are completely different holidays. And then Day of the Dead is like a 4-day stretch or probably even longer. So I'm looking forward to all the activities that are coming up. And then right after that, well, in Merida, it's called Hanal Pikshan. And then right after that, I don't remember the holidays that they have coming up in November. And then there's Christmas. And then their Christmas lasts way into January. It is a beautiful time to be anywhere in Mexico, really, but especially in Merida, it was just so. And then the weather is cooling down in Merida, so this is the time to really be in Merida because the heat has finally broken and it's not as hot and humid. And if Merida was this temperature year-round, I would never leave. Like, probably real estate prices would be sky high because everybody would move to Merida if it was this temperature year-round. A little bit of tea for you guys. I have finally started dating Mexican men. If you follow me on TikTok, you know that I have been on one date with a Mexican man before. So all this time I have been in Mexico, I have not really been interested in the dating lifestyle. I don't know yet if I like or really and truly want to date outside of my race. It's not something that I've ever done. You'll take the heat any day. It does get hot here, child. Oh, let me skip this ad that's coming up. It says there's an ad that's gonna run. There's no ads on my first live. Yeah, so can I get an apartment in Alta Brisa area for $650, $70? I want to live near a mall, Costco, etc. You can. Is it just you? So is it like a 2-bedroom apartment? If so, yes, you can. You can get, if you want to live near to Costco, there are communities. I would suggest looking into Montes de Ame, Montebello, San Ramon Norte. Those are even closer to Costco side. And there are a few other malls right in that region. Very nice neighborhoods, the best. So when I was looking, Alta Brisa was on my radar as well. But you cannot go wrong living in Montes de Ame, Montebello, San Ramon Norte, Monte. Anything that starts with Monte, live there. That's how you have to live. Very nice neighborhoods. And if you're only looking for a 2-bedroom, then yes, you can definitely get something for $650, $750. $700 was my budget when I was looking. So if I had decided to stay with Munchkin, just me and her in Merida, and we didn't need this 4-bedroom that we're living in anymore, I was going to get a 2-bedroom, and my budget was 700. And you can definitely get something even furnished pretty nice for that price. You just have to know how to look. You just have to know how to look. So yeah, it's completely possible. You want to use the very local websites when you're doing your search. So use the In Muebles website or the Viva Nuncios websites to search, and you will find, you will definitely find in those need a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom. Yeah, man. If you're looking for a 2-bedroom and you can go up to 800, you will find it. You will absolutely find it, because 800 is about 15,000 pesos. There are a lot of apartments for the 15,000 pesos price range. You will find what you want. So back to my dating life. I went on a date Thursday night with a Mexican. I met him on Facebook dating, which I didn't know was a thing until I came to Mexico. I don't know if Facebook dating is available in Jamaica, so I just didn't know that it was a thing. But I'm in these expat groups, and a lady here said that she met her Mexican boyfriend on Facebook dating, and I was like, what is that? And so I opened it up earlier this year, and I was so overwhelmed because man just dashed up on there, and I was like, and then I didn't set any parameters, so like 20-year-olds were messaging me, all kind of, everybody was messaging me, and I was like, this is too much, and I came off and I closed it down. So a couple weeks ago, I was like, maybe I'm ready to put my toe in the water, like my little toe, and just try the dating scene here in Mexico. Because one of the things that you will hear, especially in the expat groups, is that the dating here is dead. I don't believe that at all. The dating scene is dead here if you want to date people who look like you. You might not find a lot of Black people who are single, single men here in Merida. But even the Black people, they're American. I don't know if I want to date an American man. So that's, again, outside of my culture. So I'm like, if I'm going to date outside of my culture, I might as well start to look in the Mexican pool. I opened back Facebook dating again. I set proper parameters. I set age. I set height. I guess I know, don't come for me, but in Merida, this part of the Yucatan, you know, people are very short. It is not uncommon for me to be the tallest one in the entire room and be like completely looking over your head. So, and I matched a few people, and I went on my first date Thursday, and he was such a nice gentleman that I actually invited him. My mother had a fish fry last night, and he came by and he had his first taste of Jamaican food, and he was there chit-chatting with everybody else because he does speak English, which is something else I didn't set as a parameter. I just put there that, you know, bonus points if you can speak English, because that is going to be such a struggle for us to be like just chatting on our phones, trying to translate everything. For me to just put my toe in the water, like it would be nice to find someone who at least speaks some English. I do speak some Spanish, you know, we can meet somewhere in the middle. I'm sure we would figure things out. So yeah, the date was nice, and he came by last night and he was at the fish fry and he enjoyed himself. So that was nice. And I have another date tonight with someone else. So go me. I'm dating these Mexican men. So don't let anyone tell you that the dating here is dead. You just probably have to open up your mindset and be open to dating Mexican, dating locals, because, you know, they were charming. They were, the two of them that I've been messaging, very charming guy. The dates were very charming so far. So I've been having fun in that regard. Am I attracted to any of them yet? I don't know. I still don't know. I think this would be a much slower pace of dating for me. I think we would have to actually go on a few dates and actually get to know each other, because, you know, they say that women especially, as soon as you meet a man, you know right away whether you like him or not. It's not that easy for me for dating outside of my culture. I realize that we might have to really and truly be friends and just go out and par and do things together. And then I might be like, okay, I can see something building. Because right now I'm not head over heels for any of these people, but I am very open. I'm trying to stay with an open mindset to say, yeah, man, I can do this dating thing outside of my culture. I've never done it before. So you have to just kind of ease yourself and go in slowly in that regard. So dating here has been fun. It's been a fun experience so far, especially as someone who's a 40-year-old woman, because both of the dates The guys that I'm talking to right now, they have children. One of them, well, I can't say he's divorced. He said he was never married, but you know, it's definitely different already dating as a 40-year-old woman. I know I'm dating outside of my culture. A different experience, a very different experience. Woo, I made it to 30 minutes on live, guys. I'm so happy. I really thought I was just going to be on here talking to myself the whole entire time. Anybody have any more questions? This has been so fun, and my tea is so good. Even though it looks horrible, it's really, really, really good. Me don't chat off my face. So if you all have no more questions, I am probably going to wrap up this live now, and I will catch you all back. If you know what, I do want some suggestions from you guys. I don't know if Sundays are the best days for live. Would you guys prefer like a late night, a late evening, a weekday? When is the best time to do a live? I might have to move it around and see when people jump on. I don't know. Because Sundays I'm supposed to be out in the streets exploring too. So I really don't know. You know, that's another thing that I think I want to do a video on is I'm recognizing it's so easy to fall into a trap. Travel is not going to change your lifestyle. I've come here and I'm living almost the same lifestyle as I had back in Jamaica, which is one of the reasons why I'm like, we need to go on the road, me and Marley again, and just kind of break out of this mold that we have found ourselves in back again. We really need to get out there and go on adventuring again, because we rented a house, we set up shop, and I'm living almost the same life that I was living back home. So I was like, this is not what I came on this road for. So that's why we are about to go travel again. I'm going to tell my sisters to join. They're excited to visit Mexico. Yay! I am so happy, so thankful for that. I'm not sure if this is the best time. Most people are at church and spending time with family. That is true too. So yeah, I don't know if Sundays are the best time for me to go live. I might change it around and see when people can go on. Guys, that's my mom, Jamaican Gypsy Granny. As I said in the first part of the live, she has her own channel, so make sure you subscribe to her as well, because she will be sharing Jamaican content very, very soon. So go and go follow her, subscribe to her channel. Can you do a brief recap? I just popped in. I can. So this journey started with my parents and my daughter and me, 4 of us living in Merida, Mexico. As of this week, my parents are moving back to Jamaica, so it will just be me and my daughter on an adventure for the next 6 to 8 months. Me and my daughter are about to start traveling around Mexico, so we will still be in Mexico for the most part, but we are about to start traveling around, checking out different cities, just doing that. So that's where the channel is gonna go. You won't be seeing just Merida content anymore, but it will still be Mexico. And I am petrified of that because I've never ever done long-term travel with just me and my daughter. So I'm a little scared, but I think it will be fun. It will be something that we need to get out there and do. So look out for those videos coming up. Can you mention the areas I should look for apartments? I know San Ramon was one. So if you're coming to Merida to live, you definitely want to check out San Ramon Norte. Anything that starts with Monte. So Montes de Ame, Montebello, Monterreal, Monte Cristo, I think it is, Monte Alban. Any one of those is very good and very close to all the malls, all the action that you want to get into. Very close to Costco and all of that. Alta Brisa is still good, don't get me wrong. You can look into Alta Brisa. San Antonio Cucul is where we were first, and I love that area. San Antonio Cucul, San Antonio Cinta is another good one. So yeah, very, very good areas to get into for apartments. What else was I saying, Lisa? Oh, I spoke a little bit about my dating life here in Merida so far as well. I was saying if you have an open mind and you're open to dating outside of your culture, then the dating scene here is popping. I'm going to do a dedicated video on that for the channel. So I will leave the chisme, as they say here in Mexico, the chisme, aka the tea. I will leave the tea for the actual video. But the dating life here in Merida isn't bad so far for me. That's all I can say. For me. I think I'm going to pop off now. Thank you guys so much, so much for joining me for my first live. I will put out a notice when I'm doing the next one, because I don't know if I'm going to stay with Sundays. We have to try and figure out which one works best, which time works best for people. Let them know I'll be facilitating Jamaica airport pickups and tours. There you go. If you want to visit Jamaica, follow and subscribe Jamaican Gypsy Granny. That's my mama. She's going back to Jamaica to start her own travel adventure and relocation specialist business. All right, guys, I am popping off for real this time. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys next live.